AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride! You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Guess who's back again?
I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
With Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You so. Hoy! We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
Okay. Got a lot to do. SEC predicted order of finish. We're going to get to that. Saw you last Saturday at Drew's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to the Riots for coming. We had a great time.
It was awesome.
Mickey Mouse showed up again.
Erica did it again.
Did it again.
She did it again. My
She's-
favorite part, which is it tends to be always be my favorite part,
What?
are the cookies first, and then the homemade decorations.
Oh, the decorations are.
So the snow globe that she made.
Man.
That was my first favorite, and then the second favorite. Actually, the second one was my first. Was all the pictures of Drew and Santa Claus.
Here it is. Look.
Yep.
This is our front door. Paul, you can pull. This is our front door. So she made. This is our front door. So it was Drew's 12 Days of Christmas in July, and so she took pictures of Drew with Santa through his whole life, and put them like into these snow globes and put them all over the door.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome, and it was awesome. Awesome.
Look at that.
Awesome. He had one in particular where his hair was gorgeous.
It was that
I'm
one.
trying to think which
It was that one where he was in the hospital.
Yeah,
This one
he
right
had
here.
good hair. He had real good hair.
It's hard to see. Yeah.
It was good. And then highlight
Look at
of the
this.
birthday party from me.
Look at that.
Let's see.
She did Drew's 12 Days of Christmas. So each.
Oh yeah,
like,
that was cool too.
on the first day of Christmas, Drew would love to see Mickey Mouse at his party.
Yep.
And those all things that were like special to Drew on the 12 Days of Christmas. Shout out to Mr. Toby Tompala. He made a song. He made a 12 Days of Christmas song with those things.
Okay, I need to hear that.
Okay.
That's cool. Highlight of the party for me was Drew swimming by himself,
Yep.
and he would go from side to side, and he would tell himself, "Good job,
Good job.
good job, Drew."
Good job. Good job.
Yep.
Like, look at this. Pull that up, Paul. Like, look at the decorations she does. It's crazy. 12. Look, there's your
my
dessert.
cookie. There's
your
the
cookies and the cake.
Yeah.
And the cake. 12 Days of Christmas. If you're not watching, that was just like a backdrop that our friend Danae made. I mean, there's your snow globe.
There's a snow globe.
There's
yeah.
a snow globe.
Look how huge it is.
If you can't tell, like that's in our den, and so those are like
is that the hot chocolate bar right there? There was a cool hot chocolate.
to the right is the hot chocolate bar. So like she got a picture of Drew with Santa, put him in a sleigh, and made a giant snow globe that went from the ceiling. That thing was probably 5 feet tall.
Oh yeah, easy. It was huge.
It was crazy.
Yep.
And that's why my house just looks like Santa's workshop blew up for the last 2 months.
Yeah, good job, E-Rock. That was awesome. Well done.
Yeah, we had a good time. Good time on Drew's 12 Days of Christmas. It's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here on a Friday edition of AFR. Back from SEC Football Media Days. Earlier today, Friday, the media's projected order of finish and an SEC champion are released. So the way it works is every member of the media that's credentialed for media days is given an electronic ballot via email, and you're asked to fill it out. So you pick your champion, your order, your projected order of finish 1 to 16. You pick a champion, and you pick first, second, third team all SEC. And so they and then they release it on Friday. So the projected order of finish, according to the media, which in the last 34 years, by the way, that they've done this, in 34 years, the SEC has correctly predicted the eventual SEC champion just 10 times. 10 out of 34. So atrocious at this exercise. So regrets to Georgia, who the media picked to win the SEC, because that's certainly not going to happen. Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, Texas A&M is top 4. They got LSU 5, Bama 6, Oklahoma 7, Tennessee 8. Now, one of my contentions all week long is that there are 8 fan bases, 8 programs in the conference that all think they're going to the playoff. Georgia, Texas, obviously, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Bama were all playoff teams a year ago. Tennessee was there 2 years ago before taking a step back. They think they're going to get back this year, and obviously LSU spent $50 million on a roster and hired Lane Kiffin. They think they're getting in. All 8 of those programs think they're going to the college football playoff. SEC ain't getting 8 teams in the playoffs. There's going to be some really disappointed teams. The bottom half, by the way, Florida 9. You can go full screen, Paulie, please. Florida 9, Missouri 10, South Carolina, Auburn, Vandy, Kentucky, State, Arkansas is how the media voted it. What stands out?
Oklahoma at 7 stands out. Ole Miss at 3 stands out. I don't think Ole Miss is the third team. I think they've got a good quarterback, a good running back, and that's about it. I think Oklahoma's better than 7. I think it's hilarious that that Florida is where it is.
John Sumrall inspired a lot of confidence this week. Can you pull up a Sumrall cut? He had great energy, and he definitely has a plan. He's also made 2 very good coordinator hires. Brad White from Kentucky comes in as the defensive coordinator. Buster Faulkner from Georgia Tech comes over, and he brings his quarterback as well. So that's why there's some people who are high on Florida. And John Sumrall has won. I mean, he's been to 4 conference championship games, 2 at Troy and 2 at Tulane. He's the only coach to take teams to multiple conference championship games in multiple different conferences. So I think John Sumrall will do well at Florida. You have something? Just give me some Sumrall.
I think a mindset of trying to help everybody in our program be the best they can be. My job as the head coach is to serve and develop everybody around me. It's not to be served. And so I wake up daily driven to help everyone in our building become their best. If everybody maximizes who they can become, then usually you have a chance to improve. That doesn't guarantee success. It just gives you the best opportunity. But
he's charismatic, easy to follow. He's a contrast to like Kalen DeBoer. I'll give Hunt Palmer credit. He had the line of the week. He goes and we go listen to Kalen DeBoer in the main room, and he goes, Kalen DeBoer has the personality of a dial tone. I mean, but it's true. Like, really? But Kalen DeBoer had Washington in the national championship game. You can be a good coach and not be a dynamic personality, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, there was a wonderful defensive coordinator here in Baton Rouge that just didn't say a whole lot, Now, he hadn't worked out great on the head coaching side, but, yeah, it's a heck of a coach. You don't have to be the rah-rah, guy as long as you can get the guys to play for you. Now, that's the hard part. A lot of times, you have to do that to get the guys to play hard for you, but, no, it's possible.
The interesting thing about the media vote, can you pull it back to the screen again, Paulie, please? The media vote and the odds makers is it basically flips Bama and Ole Miss. The odds makers have Ole Miss 6th and Bama right behind Texas, Georgia, big gap. Then Bama, LSU, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Tennessee, like that clump is there. But the odds makers are not as high on Ole Miss as the media. And I think the media looks at Trinidad Chambliss and Kejuan Lacey coming back, and the fact that Pete Golding won a couple of playoff games, and so they're just by default, I think, assuming that Ole Miss will be good. I have a lot of reservations about Ole Miss because I put way more value on coaching. And remember, in the college football playoff, Charlie Weiss stayed with Ole Miss and called plays through the college football playoff. He's not there anymore. They brought in John David Baker, and you could say, well, he was familiar with the system. Okay. Well, Joe Sloan was familiar with what LSU was doing. And Jake Peets was familiar with the Joe Brady offense. It's like you can promote from within. You can think that you're easing a transition by having some continuity. It just doesn't always work like that. And so I think that coupled with Ole Miss's schedule, you're going to see, I think you see them take a step back this year.
Yeah, I agree. And you lost obviously the coaching, but a dynamic playmaking receiver too, and putting all the, this, man, we've been around and seen this happen so many times. When it's the running back position where he's your guy, and the schedule that those guys are going to play and the workload that guy's going to have to carry. I mean, I feel much better if it was the quarterback or the receiver, but he's going to get beat up. I mean, it's going to be tough for him.
Right or wrong, it's just Ole Miss and LSU are going to be compared against each other. And Q Myers was on Game Night. He's an ESPN national guy. He does local radio out in Vegas, but he does ESPN national as well. And it was just an interesting perspective because he talked about why people sort of nationally outside of this LSU Ole Miss bubble, why they're sort of siding with Ole Miss.
He literally made Ole Miss a team that if you didn't have a dog in the fight, you were like, you know what? I want Ole Miss to win. I mean, like, he made Ole Miss, to me, must-watch TV. He made Trinidad Chambliss, without trying to, one of the biggest names in college football, to the point where we're so fired up that he's back this year, and we're talking about him as potentially, the best returning quarterback in college football. He wrote the storyline for him. So really, honestly, they could tip the cap and say, the way you left us wasn't cool, but the rest of the country really caught on. That's what happens in the playoffs. This year, you know what people are going to do Saturday morning at the barbershop? Hey, Q, put Ole Miss on. They literally are on the map more than they ever were for outsiders.
It'd be interesting to see if that lasts. They got to win for it to last, and I just don't think they're going to win quite as much. That September 19th game, we'll talk about it a bunch, but Ole Miss opens up with Louisville. They go out of conference, and they host LSU. So they're pretty early with divergent paths. Those two programs might be taken. All right, it's after further review. We are brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. Relief Windows, ReliefWindows.com. Many thanks to Brandon Holly and the gang. Relief Windows was one of our presenting sponsors of our SEC Media Days coverage all week down in Tampa, Florida. And they are a proud partner of LSU Athletics. ReliefWindows.com. You want energy-efficient replacement windows to help lower your energy bills? ReliefWindows.com. Beautiful entry doors to showcase the front of your home? ReliefWindows.com. Shutters, shades, they do it all at Relief Windows, ReliefWindows.com. Check them out online, Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Okay, we got to open some more cards because I have a few packs. You have a whole box you need to open.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about the Saints who get to training camp on Tuesday. We're going to get to that coming up as well. Steve Sarkisian. Steve Sarkisian basically admitted they cut players and named names. We're in college. You're going to hear that coming up as well. And we'll have Ask Ryan to wrap up the show. So get your questions in. Stay here. It's AFR.
After further review.
We're brought to you by Watermark Baton Rouge and Renaissance Baton Rouge. Renaissance is right there on Bluebonnet near I-10. It's where the LSU football Tigers stay on the Friday before home games. Hey, if LSU football can move its entire operation into Renaissance the day before a home game, players, coaches, staff, team meetings, team meals, the whole thing, they can host your event as well. Allison Crump is the event coordinator over at Watermark and Renaissance. So if you're thinking of hosting an event, a fundraiser, an awards banquet, a social, a mixer, a board meeting, a wedding reception, whatever it is. We launched LouisianaSports.net at Renaissance Baton Rouge. Did my show there. We had a mixer as well. Invited the listeners to come out. It was great. They can host you. So call Allison Crump over at Renaissance Baton Rouge. Got a big event coming up. You want to be at Watermark or Renaissance Baton Rouge.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Everybody, get your roll on.
All right, we got to talk about some Saints here in a minute. Let's open a pack. You do one, I'll do one.
Okay.
You haven't done any of yours yet.
I know. I'm holding out.
Shout out to Miss Nikki. Why are you holding out?
I wanted to watch you, but I mean, you don't have to tell me with a good time. Let's see what we got.
I mean, you got packs. I got packs. We got to get rolling here.
I went in there to go see Nikki today. She wasn't in there. I don't know what she was doing.
I don't know. All right. Brady House, Ronald Acuna, Ellie De La Cruz. Oh, this looks like a good one. What is this? Under the Radar. Ryan Waldschmidt. Look at that one.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
UR10.
He might be okay.
UR10.
UR10, Under the Radar. It looks like a little insert.
Juan Torres, first Bowman. Thomas White, Chrome. Hey, I got Bear Jones, first Bowman.
There he is. There's the Bear.
Ethan Holiday. All right. What you got? What you got over there?
Mookie Betts, Electric Slugger.
Let's go.
You can have that one. I already got it.
What? All right, thanks. Super valuable.
Here's your Rookie of the Year.
Who is it? Who you got? Hey.
Here's your Rookie of the Year, bud.
Oh, Kevin McGonigal.
Yep.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Shortstop, Chrome.
Rookie of the Year.
You don't want it?
I got no. You got. I have that one too. Then I've got a.
So they're not worth anything.
Well, not today, but he's going to win Rookie of the Year, and he's going to be a good player, and you never know. He's actually a very, very good player.
Okay.
So
Jared Jones wearing number 82 in his Pirates uniform.
that's his spring training picture.
So weird.
If I had to guess, and
number 82.
so my first number.
Don't you have
was 94.
Oh God. There was one jersey. We did a show at Pluckers years ago. When do you remember this? You came in full Cubs uniform, like in the Cubs, the home whites, the pinstripes.
Yeah, helmet.
Had the helmet,
Cup,
the whole thing. Well, you brought me a uniform as well to wear.
Did.
I think it was in 2016 when the Cubs were in the World Series, if I remember this correctly. I can't remember why we decided to do this, but we did. It was a Friday at Pluckers on Bluebonnet, RIP. And you brought me a uniform to wear as well, and I had the gray pants and the blue top, and it was like number 67 or something like that.
It was a spring train.
It was a 60s jersey.
And it sucks because they give you those big numbers, and then everybody knows you stink. So.
Hey, Gage jump, top 100. Chrome.
Oh, action.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
It's good. Miguel Mendez, first Bowman, J.R. Ritchie. Good ones. There's Ryan Waldschmidt again. Okay, good. What you got over there?
So these are good. So the red
Who's out
rookie.
here ripping packs?
So the red rookie. So you got the red right there.
Yeah.
So this is a redemption card.
What does that mean?
Means if this guy wins Rookie of the Year, you send it in and they give you something.
Oh.
Some things, credits and.
What if you don't want to send it?
Then
it sounds like they just want to get it back.
Yeah. Then you keep it and whatever. Although Connolly Early, I don't think is going to win Rookie of the Year, but not everybody has red rookies. So
he's had a great year though, man, until like the injury aspect of it. But I mean, yeah, he was doing great.
Okay. Muse is giving us. He's a Boston Red Sox.
Now
Muse
this
is giving us
guy,
this big head shake. Like, nope.
No, the injury kind of wrecked that.
So this guy, say his name.
Wei Lin.
I call him Wayne. What if I called him? If I played with him, I'd call him Wayne.
Why?
I think he's Korean. Let's see. Chinese Taipei.
Oh, look, your favorite player in the world, Cal Raleigh.
There he is, the big dumper.
The big dumper. Oh, Electric Sluggers, Aaron Judge.
We got to sleeve that one.
Is that a good one?
Yeah, we got to sleeve that.
Feels like that's a good one. Roldy Brito, first Bowman. Xavier Nyans. Chrome. Right.
Yeah, we got to sleeve that. We got to sleeve that. We got to sleeve the Judge. Do we know when Judge is coming back? Does anybody know? Is he ever going to play baseball again?
I don't know, dude.
Or no?
I'm so mad.
News. Let's talk for a minute about this winning streak that the Red Sox were on. How about
That was a blast, man.
Is that unbelievable?
I've never expected that at all.
Shut
like
up!
at all.
We're talking about a miserable baseball season.
20-3 since June 25th.
LSU doesn't make the postseason. Judge gets hurt. The Yankees face plant, and friggin' Boston wins 1 million games in a row.
They win every
Kick
game in
rocks,
a row.
Losers. Sick of it. This baseball season sucks. Over this baseball season. All right, what you got? Oh, I got a green thing over here.
Green's good.
Oh, look. Oh, a numbered Aaron Judge. 173 out of 399.
You're pretty hot.
A good one?
That's a good one.
Sleeve him.
You're pretty hot, dude. Yeah, we gotta top load this guy.
What you mean?
We gotta put this one in plastic.
Okay.
Yeah. This is
Look at your boy. I made like $8 ripping packs here on Fridays.
And see, you said you're over this baseball season. This is a great thing for your baseball season.
You never know what's going to happen when this guy comes back, if he comes back.
You were just saying, is Aaron Judge ever going to play baseball again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Now I should be really excited.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to come back or not. And then what's the pitcher that's so good? Garrett, is it Garrett Cole? Does he play for the? Yeah. Yeah, he's back though too, right? But does he stink or no? Oh. I'm over him. You're over the Yanks.
I'm over him.
So you can be buying Chihuly a bottle of bourbon?
No, because the Cubs stink too. Like I was looking at some projections for the rest of the season, and the Cubs are actually down from their preseason projection. The Yankees are even with their preseason projection. So,
Red Sox Dodgers World
long
Series.
season, bro. Long season. All right, it's after further review. Thanks for hanging out with us here. We are brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020. Tell me if you get something good. In the meantime, Williamson Eye, 924-2020. Shout out to my guy, Dr. Blake Williamson. I shared it with you. Saw a post earlier this week. He was in Australia presenting at an Australian ophthalmology conference because he was the first ophthalmologist in the world to perform this particular procedure, so they flew him down there to go present on it.
Really?
Yeah, he's a guy. Here you go. Dr. Williamson in Australia this week, representing our practice and our country, Rocky Balboa style. He was honored to be one of just 8 surgeons representing the U.S. at the Australian Society of Cataract and Refractive Surgeons. He lectured during the lens knockout rounds on the Odyssey toric intraocular lens for cataract and lens replacement surgery, which he was the first surgeon in the world to implant after its commercial release in Australia.
Oh, wow. Didn't he go to every good college on the planet, too?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I think he was at Johns Hopkins. He was in New York. Went somewhere in London as well. Yeah. Dude's a guy.
Here, you should take this one.
Great dude. What is that?
Roman Anthony.
Williamson Eye Center. Yeah. 924-2020 or williamsoneye.com. Okay.
Yeah, you need that one.
So we're getting a good little collection here now.
Yeah, getting you going.
Since we gave away all my cards to the kids at Attraction Fest.
Man, they loved it, though.
They did. They loved it. It brought so much joy to me.
Yeah, that was the highlight of that.
So Theriot went attic diving, took all my baseball cards. I told him there was nothing of value in there. He wanted to sort through them anyway. And as I told him,
he was right.
There was nothing of value in there. And so at Traction Fest, he brought all my cards. I didn't even know y'all were doing this. Somebody brought them, just put them on a table, and all the kids just went through them and took all my cards. It was great. It brought me so much joy to see those kids get joy out of that, which was a great hobby of mine that I enjoyed as a kid.
It was the highlight of the thing. Yeah, they loved it.
Either that was the highlight, or all the moms just absolutely chugging neutrals all night was the highlight. It was one of the other.
Shout out to Traction.
All the baseball moms just going ham on neutrals and daiquiris.
Shout out to Traction and their liquor license.
On a Tuesday night.
Attaboys.
That's what we do. That's it. All right, it's after further review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. I wanted to get to some Saints stuff here. Like, training camp for the Saints starts next week, and a few veterans I want to keep an eye on, but we're a little short on time. So quickly, actually, let's do this instead. So I teased this. This was Steve Sarkisian Thursday on Feinbaum's show. And this clip has gotten a lot of attention, and some of the players that Sark has mentioned have actually clapped back at him on social media. But he named names, effectively admitting, they cut players to create cap space.
You know, I think in this day and age of the portal and high school, you've got to have the ability to be strategic and to make the moves we make, to bring in a Cam Coleman, to bring in a Hollywood Smothers, to bring in a Raleek Brown, to bring in a Mike Masunis at tight end. Well, we had to let DeAndre Moore go. We had to let Parker Livingstone go. We had to let Trey Wisner go. We had to let C.J. Baxter go. I mean, so this wasn't like we just kept acquiring. We had to let some pretty good players leave to create the cap space to bring those guys in. And I think strategically, you know, there were some tough decisions to make, but we made them. And I think we all can agree we're better around Arch today than we were a year ago at this time.
What do you think?
Absolutely misstep right there. Yeah.
Why?
You don't. I mean, come on, man. You don't.
So in pro sports,
I mean, I say that. I mean, my first reaction is, you don't say that because it's college. But, I mean, they're getting paid. So, like, I guess you do.
You're managing a cap.
It would still bother me as a player, though, if my manager in professional sports named names. Like, he could have just as easily said we had to let some players go. Some really good players, you know, in order to do what we needed to do. Like he didn't have to specifically name names. And I guarantee you he probably thinks he should have handled that a little bit differently. That's not a hard thing to do, man. You can get your point across. I understand what he's trying to say. And he's probably right, but he didn't have to name names.
It was bizarre to hear him actually say the names. Yeah. That was the crazy thing. Like Wisner, Baxter, Moore. I mean, to like name the names of the players that they let go. I mean, he's acknowledging to you that these are no longer long-term contracts. They're one-year deals. They just didn't re-sign these guys. And so they left and went elsewhere. And I wonder if maybe part of it is Sark playing a little offense there, saying, look, these guys didn't leave our program. We made the decision to let them go so we can get our roster better. Because the perception is, right or wrong, guys go in the portal, they're leaving you. They want to go get more money because you can't afford them, or they want a better opportunity. What Sark's saying is, no, we reallocated funds to get better players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yes and no, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you name the names. It's just kind of a respect thing, but whatever.
Moves is your kid.
Yeah, I mean, again, like my first reaction is I think probably the kid's first reaction, and everybody's like, you can get your point across without saying the names.
Yeah, I tend to agree. All right, it's after further review. Quick break, come back, little Saints talk, and then we'll wrap up the week with Ask Ryan. Stay here, it's AFR.
After further review.
Get Gordon. Get it done. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. Remember, yes, at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, they deal with car wrecks, with big truck wrecks if you've been in an accident. But it's not just necessarily car wrecks or big truck wrecks. It's all different kinds of injuries that could pop up. Offshore, maritime, workers' comp, slip and fall, neglect, explosion, and fire injuries. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. You want the best. A team with attorneys that are local in your market, no matter where your market is in Louisiana, get Gordon and get it done. You can call 888-8888, 888-8888, 888-8888, or go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
She got her hands on her knees and then her bows on her thigh. She like to twerk and that's for certain cause I can see how she fly. She got me hype, I wanna bite her right now, yeah. Say, You can show the shell, make that thing quell. Those in the club, spinning those when it's bad.
All right, we're going to get to Ask Ryan and wrap up the week in about 10 minutes from right now. So get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text 225-396-4400, 396-4400. 396-4400. I want to remind you, if you missed any of our content from SEC Football Media Days, you can catch it all online, on demand, presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time at golf.breck.org. All of our LSU player interviews, great media guests over the course of the week. All of our reactions, it's up, it's online, it's on every social platform, so please go check it out and enjoy all the content from this week at SEC Football Media Days. New Orleans Saints will Open training camp next week, and pretty excited about it. For the first time, quite honestly, since Drew Brees retired, I'm optimistic about the New Orleans Saints. There was a guy at Radio Row this week at SEC Media Days who's a Saints fan. He's like, man, why are you always so pessimistic about the Saints? I'm like, what reason do I have to be optimistic?
It's true.
They haven't made the playoffs in 5 years. They had the worst cap situation in the league. They kept trying to force feed us Andy Dalton and Derek Carr as the answer. It was maddening to watch. This is the first time I look and I go, okay, they've got their cap situation stabilized. They'll actually have cap space next season. Seems like they've got a quarterback they can build around. We'll see what Tyler Shuck's ceiling is. And we're going to get a better picture of what that ceiling is because they went and got him weapons this year. You went and drafted Oscar Delp. You went and drafted Jordan Tyson. You added Travis Etienne to get a dynamic running back, an NFL 1,000-yard rusher. You helped fix your offensive line by bringing in David Edwards. Like, we're going to find out. Like, if Shuck stinks, we're going to find out. Because you have a good line. They've drafted bookend tackles with first-round picks. They have a good line, dynamic pass catchers with speed, size, agility, slot, wide, tight end. I mean, they should be. I'm optimistic this year for the New Orleans Saints. I don't know that I'm sitting here telling you they're going to be a contender, like a Super Bowl contender or an NFC contender, but is this a team that in year 2 with Shuck and Kellen Moore can find their way in a weak division to go 9-8 and win the division and host a playoff game? Yeah. I mean, I think that's a possibility for this team, and I'm excited to see it. And for training camp, I tend to look at position battles in training camp because going into a training camp and you're looking at the 53, every year there's guys who are like, they have a roster spot no matter what. Like Tyler Shuck's got a roster spot. You're starting offensive line. They're all going to make the team no matter what. Kool-Aid McKinstry's got a roster. You know what I mean? Like, go down the list, Chris Olave and Jordan Tyson. Like, guys that have a roster spot. So it might be a thing where you go into camp and there's 3, 4, 5 spots that guys are actually competing for. But the fascinating thing for me is always the veterans that are fighting for their jobs. Because sometimes you can assume a veteran player is going to have a spot, but like you can speak to this as a pro athlete. If an organization is doing their job, every year they're trying to find someone better than you.
Yeah, they want to try to replace you. Yep.
Like they're actively trying to replace you every year. Because if you're just assuming that the guy you have is the best option, now look, if you have Patrick Mahomes, right, obviously it's your guy. But you're never staying the same. You're getting better, you're getting worse. Mike D'Attilio used to tell us that all the time, and he's right. So, like, I look at guys, and I'll give you one on each side of the ball. Kendre Miller. To me, this is a guy that was a former third-round pick under Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen clearly grew to dislike Kendre Miller. And he's had some bad injury luck. But last year in preseason and the beginning of the season through training camp, Kendre Miller was looking explosive, like the guy they drafted out of TCU. And then he has the injury and he misses the whole season. Well, they went and signed Travis Etienne. And they re-signed Alvin Kamara. And they got some young backs like Audric Estime who played well at the end of last season. So, and you got Devin Neal who you drafted last year. Kendre Miller's got to go make the team. Former third-round pick. Like, you expect third-round picks to make your team and be contributors. Like, he may not make this team. He has a lot on him. And, I mean, I'll tell you the other one that I will be so interested in is that linebacker is Pete Werner. Because they have kind of quietly gone and made a lot of investment at that position. I know Demario Davis is gone. That just is crushing to me. And everybody knows I've talked about it ad nauseum. But it signals, and they brought in Caden Ellis from free agency, but it signals where they're trying to get younger. And Pete Werner is in year 6 And he's a good player, but he's never really elevated to being a great player. He's 27 years old. He had 50 tackles a season ago, just 2 sacks. And when you look at, he played all 17 games a year ago, but prior to that, he has not played a full season. He played in just 13 games in 24. He missed a game in 23. He missed 5 games in 2022. He missed 2 games in 2021. So last year was the first year of his career in five years that he played a full season. And he's a productive player, but not a massively, he's never had a 100-tackle season. And so you go look at the linebacker room, and late in the season last year, they started to work Danny Stutzman, who they drafted out of Oklahoma, who's a tackling machine, and Isaiah Stallbird into the rotation as not just special teams guys, but guys that were actually playing meaningful defensive snaps. And it felt very much like an audition for those guys. So could I see a world where Danny Stutzman and Jalen Ford and Isaiah Stallbird all make the team opposite Caden Ellis? Yeah. I don't know that I would necessarily predict Pete Werner not to make the team, but I do think Pete Werner has it's a big training camp for him. At 27 years old, they're clearly trying to get younger. There's some dynamic players that they've invested draft picks in. 2 guys, one on each side of the ball, former Saints draft picks, high draft picks, that I think have a lot on the line in this training camp. One being Kendre Miller on offense, and then Pete Werner on the defensive side of the ball. Those are definitely 2 guys I'll be watching when camp starts. You ever get into a position battle like where they were clearly bringing in someone younger behind you to beat you?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And it's from a veteran standpoint, you almost want that pressure and that heat to kind of ramp up a little bit. But it's interesting how you kind of the angle you took there, because it seems like the last few years it wasn't the competition battle and that there was good players. It was like who's going to play where, like what capable bodies do you have to do this? So to your point, when you first started, it's a different feel, and it's a different type of optimism you have for the Saints. If you're a veteran though, and you go in and you know that they have those guys coming behind you, for me, it was the last few years, it's a little bit different in baseball than it is football, just because the contracts are guaranteed, and so if you sign a big league deal, like, you're on the team, so you don't have to necessarily worry about that. It's really just playing time as far as that goes. But I've never gone into camp as a non-roster invitee trying to make a team. I've always gone into camp, with a roster spot. But I've seen plenty of those guys that do that. It's a stressful thing. But I will say the guys that have been there always have a leg up. So, familiarity, knowing the folks in the building and around there. I mean, they tend to have a leg up on the young guys. So, it's a good spot to be in. I think a mixture of the veteran plus the young guys is probably the smartest thing to do. I feel like Pete Werner's been around for 100 years. Just when you just say
years, this is year 6.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's also kind of bald too, so he looks way older. Yeah. But it's interesting just looking at that spot. Scott Shanley was that guy. When Sean Payton showed up, they traded for Shanley from Dallas, and every single year it was that linebacker core with Shanley, Fujita, Mark Simoneau, and every year they brought in guys at linebacker to try to take Scott Shanley's job, and every year he kept throwing him out the boat, and he stuck around, won a Super Bowl, played 10 years in the NFL, and it feels like Pete Werner is on that track right now with the Saints. So we'll see it get started next week with Saints opening up training camp. All right, it's After Further Review, Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center, DonJuanBatonRouge.com. Go smoke some stogies, get you some sticks, enjoy them there at Don Juan, or pop next door to the Don Juan Cigar Company. Get them, take them home, and enjoy them there. DonJuanBR.com. DonJuanBR.com. When I got our final break, wrap up with Ask Ryan next.
AFR.
All right. You said it's a bajillion degrees outside, right?
It is, man. Yes.
You walked from your whip and your nay into the parish office, and you were sweating.
I had a little sweat. Mm-hmm.
What happens if the AC's out of your house?
Oh, I'm going to the Renaissance.
Love that.
Yeah.
or
I'm calling River City.
You can call River City's 1 hour. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. I do want to remind you that it's Friday, so tomorrow's Saturday, which means it's the weekend. And if your AC goes out on the weekend, you don't have to wait till Monday. You have to sit in a hot house over the weekend and then get first in line for Monday. Just call River City's 1 hour air because they work nights, holidays, and weekends. And they don't charge you extra to come out nights, holidays, and weekends. So if you got an issue with your AC, give our friends at River City's 1 hour air a call. 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. If you're looking for work, look no further than River Parish Contractors. So many reasons to go to work with my friends at River Parish Contractors. Look, first and foremost, overtime. If you want to work overtime, you can work as much overtime as you possibly want at River Parish Contractors. They got it. You can have it. You want to work day shifts or night shifts? You can do that. You want to work night shift when it's cooler? Great. River Parish Contractors. All of PTO, great benefits. All of the work is local as well. So one of the things they love to say at River Parish Contractors is you will be at home with your family every night for dinner. You want to go watch your kids' ball games? You can do that when you work at River Parish Contractors. From Chalmette to Baton Rouge, of course, the shop is right there in Reserve. You can always learn more at rpcontractors.com, rpcontractors.com. Check out the careers page right now at River Parish Contractors, online at rpcontractors.com.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, heading into the weekend. Wrap up a little Ask Ryan. You done with your cards?
I'm done.
What'd you get? Anything good?
We got an Andrew Tess to $2.99.
Okay.
Prospect for the Baltimore Orioles, and then Colt Emerson, who I really like, shortstop for Seattle.
Let's go.
Yeah, I like Colt Emerson. Signed a monster deal. Got called up. Young guy. Just a young guy.
I need to put that gauge up.
You need to put the gauge. Yeah, you need to get that one in some plastic.
All right. Get your questions in. What's your question? Oh, that'd be a good thing, Muse. We could pull that up in honor of our good bud Will Wade. Just shredding Cobble. Why is Cobble always the one that gets shredded? Will Wade, Brian Kelly. Anybody else shred Cobble? Jay Johnson probably did it at some point too. Oh, how about the Milam thing?
Oh, the side eye? Yeah, the little side eye that Jay gave him.
There's no reality where Milam's come back and Jay's like, well, we already got a deal done.
Oh man,
it's been done.
Come on,
Cobble.
Come on, bro.
Went to Burns Steakhouse in Tampa. Oh, you and I haven't talked about Tampa yet. You love Tampa.
I love Tampa. I think Tampa's great. It's a really cool.
Tampa was first time I've ever been. Beautiful. The whole area on the water and everything is gorgeous city. I get why people go live there, retire there, or whatever. We went to Burns Steakhouse, which is apparently like super famous and like really well known. A little overrated.
Wow. But most of the time that's the case though.
Very experiential. It's like a castle, this exposed brick, red lights. It's like old, this old art, and then they give you a tour of the place, like walk you through the kitchen and the wine cellar, which is really cool.
That is cool.
They have this whole separate place for dessert upstairs, so you go to the dessert room. So it's very experiential. It feels a lot overdone. I just want the best steak of my life. And so that's what I'm hunting. And it was okay. And we had several different. We did family style. We had some Chateaubriand. Had some ribeye. It was good. I'm not saying it was bad. It was good, but it's not the best steak.
There's a hotel in Tampa that we used to stay at that's legitimately haunted, like famous for being haunted.
Okay.
And we used to stay there, and I cannot remember the name of it. I need to look it up. I'm assuming y'all didn't stay there.
No, we
see any
stayed.
ghosts?
We stayed at the JW Marriott, Water Street. I did not see any ghosts.
Let me see if I can.
Hey, why is this one have like? Why is that one different from the other one? See, that one looks like it's got like some. See, like the little.
It does, because that's a special one.
More so than these.
That's called a reptilian.
Okay. Put him in a little sleeve as well. Erica's gonna be so mad at me if I start collecting baseball cards. Actually, she won't care.
Le Meridien.
Le Meridien, yeah. Le Meridien is a
It's a haunted
it's a
hotel.
Marriott property.
Numerous guest stories center around former prisoners and gangsters and courtroom tragedies.
Oh.
Guests
we
have
got a minute.
reported unexplained footsteps, voices, doors opening on their own. Man, apparitions in the hallway.
Eric, ask Ryan, favorite sports video game?
Madden for sure.
Terry says, hey, Ryan, Parrish is changing my roof and gutters next week. Can you set an autographed Parrish cap with the crew?
I sure can. I'd like to need to know your name. I can do that. We do a couple. Yeah, we can do that. Easy.
Ask Ryan, which baseball card do you think you have of the most value? From Brad.
Ooh, man, I've got a Mickey Mantle. It's pretty valuable. Gosh. Jordan. I've got a couple Jordans that are really valuable.
Ryan, you're getting him in the card game. LMAO, slowly but surely awakening a sleeping beast.
I'm working hard at it. If you guys only knew the discussions we had off air.
What discussions do we have?
I hate cards. I'm not doing it. Those.
See you Monday.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, man, what happened there? Brought to you by First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. What's it like hunting on a deer lease?
Anytime in the woods is great, but when it's not yours, Matt, it just, you kind of feel like you're borrowing, right? So, and you're kind of scared to shoot certain animals because it's not yours.
You've told me that before.
Yeah, that's a thing.
You got to leave it for the owner, right?
You should. I mean, that's the right
the
thing
etiquette.
Yeah, you should.
So what if you were the owner?
Well, then you do whatever you want. You can walk around naked if you want.
Naked. Not
Buck
naked.
naked.
Naked. Well, to own your own piece of property, First South Farm Credit can help. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. See, at First South Farm Credit, for more than 100 years, they've done one thing since 1916. Help Louisianians buy land. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com.